I'm watching Adom TV so ene October bosom ne de toso mienu na chese nkakrakra Ejura afi 2021 imu bosumi a etoso du no an ye de eti akanasa aka bisom ne mienu na 2021 ye de ni na akogu. How time flies, you know. Ye sha say asen kakra January, February, October mu na ye drawing me gidi se mienu mienu nyina be ya adwene ne de aseda eni kabia e de amatwedi ampo Nyankopon a wabo menu mienu nyina ho ban afi ye sha ase bebre ne no wo e sha ase a sabre ye pe wo mo atiasefo asase so a ye hunu bon ti se menu mienu ye ti ase e ma wotemenka hu me TV so a na chese Nyankopon oni adini ye pa ye da na se na wo twedwumade anopen so ye sinkonya ye de ebro se na onim no memenda bia no wo twenya bose pe don hwene mienu na ye de si ho na ye de sa dwumade ye de bro dwumade yi so na ensem a adi akotene na wotwemu ni nyina no ye yibi na fe ye de don hwene mienu si ho na ye twetwe ho enkomo midin edi Chief Jerry Forson wetimi afremi CJ mamendo aseso afidie no eda ha oti enkan so asempa 94.7 FM ye de dwumade edi free ye studios 355 Farnofa Street Kokomlimle enkrai ye da se anapai sam nyonu ne go apono so benya bosome kakra ni me kire brother 29th June ana asante mantemu Ejura basabasayo esi ho abra Muhammad kaka ehwe ne nkwa eno achi emaburu no atugu montene so ema basabasayo ekoso nipa binum preprai ebi so ehwe wo mo nkwa omampani eche sasem ya eno se Ministry of Interior se one power abedjakuo na womo enhwehwe sa ensem yi emu enti ye pa abedjakuo no ana Justice George Kingsley Kumsin oye dwemtenani ora Dr. Vladimir Ntwidan so no a member of that committee and afi Miss Juliet A. Amwa no so ekasa committee no ho se nadu 10 days womo fancy ho na womo hwehwem ne ekoso awadwira ama ekofa sabasabasayo no ede eba ye nadu no neswa enti womo agibi ka ho a ye kasai womo wie adwuma no anyina committee no nipa beye aduonu mienu 22 witnesses ene kopie committee no anim anaya yenua Erastus Asaredonko owo Insura FM na waka ho sense ono de no gina basabasa ni fifini pa ode ho amane ani nyina ode boyen ni ono so hunu ye no wakodi adanse ewo committee no anim 54-page report and Honorable Ambrose Derry, Interior Minister, Nensa Asomua. And they sa report no and yeba bejibre na fe yatwetwe ho enkomo sharing so ye share findings, recommendations and the various testimonies and evidence ebe PSA committee no enim and pay bejibre na fe yatwetwe sa enkomo no afi eno danchen a MMDC is a mampani abo wo mu din mi kire mensnik akrachefo a ofese wono wo mu eye adwuma mfie miensa eda ya nimu no edin no betodwa ama ye ka say assemblies ahodo no wo ma hyase a wo mo eto wo mo so aba confirm bi but bebre so wo ho no ma akokwa bibie wo ho kwan a assemblies no fa so ato sa aba no anapay eno so ye beje bre na fei ya twetwimu enkomo so stay with us senior ye no no ye beto safre no so abejoin in ewo ye zoom ne so na wo so do adwen kire o de aba sanso na WhatsApp messages ni nyina so ye beje bre na fei akenkan e de amount ma yen share report no ebeto dwa no kaka busua e kire se da bi report no wo mu hu ni yi enti wo mu de nsam dodo no a na ede atodwa yen kɔ na fe yen kɔhwe yen tie bi ye ba ye boy homode the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress Johnson Esiedun Ketia enso so akyere na dwen e wo saa Ejura committee report yi ehun ye boy homode na fe ye ne no atwetwe enkomo yen kɔ na fe yen kɔhwe abusuafo no nsam a wo mu de tudwa efa report no aba betodwa no ehun.
Yeah, sakawa work. We don't say shoddy work. We say sakawa work. So we generally, I call it as a political engineered report.
What we want as a family, we want justice to be done. And this justice we are asking for is to bring those perpetrators into book, judge them, punish them so that it will serve a lesson to others.
The three-member committee in its report concluded that the social media activism of Kaka was not connected to his death. According to the report, Kaka's death was more related to a family feud. But family spokesperson Abdul Nafi Mohammed says the committee betrayed the trust of the family.
They betrayed the trust of the family because they made us to understand that they are not going to concentrate on the criminality aspect of the case. And they end up doing that. That is sakawa. That's the term I use for. They have betrayed the trust of the family. Because after telling us that they are not going to do criminal investigation concerning the family, and they end up doing that, even trying to castigate all the blames on the family, instead of them to emphasize their reports on the unprofessionalism of the military and the police.
The family head of late Abdel Nasir Yusuf, Abdullah Abubakar, says the family is not appealing for money as compensation, but rather wants to see justice served.
Justice we need. Who killed our brother? They have to bring the person. Then he has to explain to Ghanaians why they killed him. Why do they use live bullets? Knowing very that they were demonstrating for their right. It's their constitutional right to demonstrate when something is going wrong. This
the family, we have put ourselves together. We have started discussing with our lawyers. We are doing everything humanly possible. And at the right time, we will bring our communique. He who needs to be sued, if it is...
Well, iti Kaka Ebusia and report never told you actually no. One more day, one more drink to judge say report no. Who say Nema Bibri Hon Master Committee no more katakataso. GD no more our committee no ejuma. One more a share boss on no as a GD no a swearing based on report as is a committee no. The Abeto Jamami Kwaman so namine the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Ura Johnson and Sidu and Ketia Meneno and Tretchen and Como. General Otamenka, Adom TV, Asempa FM Suni, Yamuachimo Kwaba.
Yeah.
About your pombo quadie.
Oh, about the Nada, Mamma Hoyapa.
General says, I me describe it as incoming national chairman and I in Ruho.
I know they free here.
Okay. General, that's a pass what Jibre, you say, when I squash who took quiet and swatch bread, any to and come. Near see our Ejura, any committee, a Juma, one more a year, edit 54-page report, a comma a buying. When it dear tripa, General, who is saying, and shall say for you.
Yo, Ninia Medasi, Nakia. Adom TV ni mahwefo ni matifo nyina mepeya nka mesumete TV no so bi na ja ye hwema nimbi na baby adwuma de menamu ni ma ene Muhammad transit na maka no sa no em se asemu amakofa aba no ya asem kete no kre mani edi Ejura nsensem no chi efri tamo esi ye eko si ebra ye pau committee no ana afi committee so akoye na juma muaya o modi aba no so eno so ma hwemu ye pa na madikai atuma no mutu de madwenkyere atudwa na iti o twemu ani se ebra ye pau committee no me ka se me trimon treme se asemo ese omode ye committee sem no na empanimfo a ye pa omo no nso no ba ko pa chairman de da eye professor Vladimir Ntwidanso
yeah
na neti e ni aboni de anwie nti me ka kire ye mate fo no bi nse me yam hihyi me se anhwe ya papa no yɛde n'anim onyam ɛdɔkɔ akɔtwitwiri fam kwa na baabi a amammu no aduro no pɛda bi a nɔkora bi wɔ hɔ no apɛ sɛ woka yɛma wo nka but still a yɛpɛ nipa a wɔmowɔ animonyam sɛ yɛbɛpɛ committee anaa dwumadie bi ne yɛde no ahyɛ hɔ ni afa ase akoye bibibi atoto de ahye na no se ono na enti ahwe ya ebeye na ekofa ni ngwase aba enti na no report no ba ya mehwe na mse asema mekai eno na abai sese ede be nti ene yati committee no de si we dwira no se abrantie bi efreno kaka why social media activism we be onamwa na okwa akotwitwa mfoni ne ade open puntuo e de aba dwira ho kaka no de atiefo enimu ne se kaka no oye MPP ni o onye NDC ni oye MPP ni ana na oye sa adwuma eno nti dako yete hwa ayenka bi nhemu ye se ya bro kaka akuno ena afi na ntachi ena yete se basabasa yekosie kaka basabasa asi ama Ashanti regional minister ede sojafo akọhọ ama ọmụ akọtutu etuo asan komumrante ebe mienu asan prepra nipa bebree eno ene ma committee yete enti mejiri se yete committee no na Ghana ni babia de ohwe ni mu ene se committee no bekwa akọhwe ni abehwe de wadi bone na asotwe yedi be mano amamfo edi be ye nhweso te oman Ghana ye ka bi ma min ka bi aye wo mu no ye chiri atutrasem ye de mra na ebu man no enti bonidie te obetwintu akum ni pakwa no entachi e ma ho kwai emma ebebo atranse wo ye man no mukura eti committee ko transi nipa ye frɛ wo ma omudi adanse nyina nyamencha de ye hwe bi wo television so eti de ekro bia na obia nim nyema apiepie ho ene social media dawroma sojafo besi ye ekosi se wo mo ebu nkotodwa ye ni emrante edwan na wo mo tutu atue nyina ye twa de be kire Ghana fo nyina a obia hunu bie Wamo eba committee na ni musubedi adansi ensema omo kan ye se wo mse bi ni mu nyina no committee fo yihwe nyina na Ghana fo nyina so ye hwebi eti report no ba ya ekohe report no ya mi anim ni neche se entwa yie de dikai committee fo nyama bi kakra bi wo hode a womo etimi esi womo bo enya kokoduro ekan ya na enu da ne kwam
ebi ni de wa hinsa general
ba ko me se wo mo etimi ekan se sojafo no ko e no enye se bia obi attack wo mo na wo mo fight back into wo mo see ya no without any reasonable provocation and now mo start etutu atuo ebi ko kan emranti enti anu se eda ne kwam na eno nso no ya ade a na wo mu ntimi nyi ho akinye efise de ono bedi adanse ekura ema wo mu gina so kan se enye provoked no ono kura aban tina so tabre ya me ne o kase se de ya onya kwa mbe kan sa no kura eye doctor ono we dwira ho a ono ena prafo ni wo mu akum wo mu no ye de amunu ni prafo no ko ne ho se wo mu ye doctor fo no wo mu nim de se wo to obi tuo na aka se doctor nkoye postmortem a o nim de a obetimi a kire se etuo no ugya na nim ne to ya na ugya na ki ne to ye se nipa no o fesi wo abedi udem ena wo so defend ho na okunu na se o dwane na wo to ball na ki a eno so doctor bedi ho adanse kroje a etese na enye se mrantie bi ebe atati sojafo ana omo be ye bibibi na mom sojafo ba wo mu dwane mrantie no dwane na om tutu atuo no bo wo mo etu he abuba na efiri wo mo achi na kopie wo mo ani enti soja pani a obetena ho any putting pen for a veteran or Mubechan, Nkontompo say, now or more attack you, more fight back near the Adin, it be so crowd me say, one more April prior, no, now Mukra, Akundia, na Ebikura, Akundia Nubi, one can say April prior, no, a bin a 2 kum, one more. Asem basa eno nyina no committee no timi etranse ka se eno de enye nokre na sojafoɔ no kɔɔ no a asif sɛ wɔn command ɛna wɔn kɔɔ na mo hyɛ aseɛ tutu atuo a nipa bi epira ya bi so wuye enti nka wɔn aka no saa awie no nanka recommendation wɔ hɔ no nanka eno na amanfoɔ pɛatie.
Okay, but General Bebacho Adaroma, findings are our report in fact number 10 of the finding say we, after careful examination of the evidence relating to the event preceding the death of Kaka, are convinced that the evidence
recommendations question will be so good you kakra bi ma
dia wa mo kire se enye se bia eyamanyo samana adwuma na kaka eye no
so good you na nkamanisi on say me style of interview no me yes some renew we now bisa question ya na ebo atifo no
me ba to mate general me ba to mate general
ana biem o mo asanya finding ba ko so say police ni a no ye police pani wo ho no ono na woni ma adwuma omo wedi omo use say incompetent wa gunu na djuma kura na enam so ebi pa na basabasa no ebaaye enunti wa koye aye fact finding of fact say nipa no onim na djuma na wanye na djuma yie na ye say baaye no enti ukoduru say ede na emfa nye no a ahimfie obufo wi a na fe ato say ye beka asotwe entina obia to nim se eno nso asotwe bedi akiraba ye di obie mu nso no eye sojafo ekoye se wo mu koduru ya unprovoke wo mu sha ase kunkum amanfoi that say wo mu by with some instruction se mo kwa ebi a shoot and kill eno ntibutimi hu se regional minister so betra ho eka se onu na osoma omo ema omo be de omo ye eti se mo hu se de sojafo be ye anye yi a amfa kwan papa so a na da se sojafo na omo tutu atuo no ana nipa osoma omo ma omo instruction omo kodi so no se no nso anka danta na cinema ana fe so mo san ye bibi fact finding adi atia this year na ono so odimu akotere a tete eno nso ni enim se asotwe wo ho a mo de bema ana afei so mo san mo ye we nyina wie no ena mo koka se kaka ni wu a owu ye no amanfo edi videos ni adi nyina ba be kire mo ni wu a owu ye no mo de madwene ye mo se enye ni wu no enye adwuma na o ye social media no a ekoti aban no nti na eku no
na mum ya busuan asem
na mum ya busuan tokwa eno so ye bi se o mo se o mo meche kire mu a eno so poto na meba no so
okay
eno nti ye ba wo mo ba recommendation no se wo hunu se we ye dibone soja ni akotutu atuo obia ge video wo bu nkotodwe no emu at ni party said the ope otwen akunu no abonu tu akunu wo apaye premeditated eno nti se wo hunu sa na wasan be conclude se ensete nkoye sa no wa ya ukokum nipa na ensete ukunu a se de ugina mranim se wadi ewu ya kamienti afetie so ni punishment ne se yemfa no ma soja fo no a ya o mo mpe kwa bi nkotwe na so anu anu no we say nipa ayakum omo aprapra omo no nyina no the committee no timikan no police ni a wo si na juma enso ani enti oya incompetent onim na juma kura eno so ka ho na kofa we bai ono so na so ntwe ni say en transfer no ana afen regional minister ono bedi ono na order soldier for no ma omo ba bedi sa anya mbransem no ono so na so ntwe ni say en fa no nko training enunti ana fe so otan koka say kaka wuo no enye ni social media activism ti no wuye na busua ntokwa enti o recommendation ni say afi wo mo awu no including kaka no
ya mo mpata sika
empata enkoma o mo busuafo afi kromo ho no yankope park mabunu ebedi a wo mbebo so ball ni ne manema enti wutie sa report ni se de masia summarize ya minua questions ya obebi sa ni se enti says police ni a oya district commander onimo adwuma oya incompetent na wanti mi anka se bia di bre no kura no a ya di ama na oya district commander no onye competence so be handle district ebi kura ya nti na homa so ana bibisa woti ya transfer no na kroban na ono de epe incompetent police for enti de waya no wejura no de mutimi kan ya ne say yemfa no nko say kwa na brekum no nko repeat no hobie eno ne punishment no a ye de bebo ama o man na ya kekere no ye enti ndi ate anim eno nso soja ni so a wo ka say esi ya refer soja mfa nkoma soja foi aya na kufu adu amamu emu no
okay
soja na protini bia ni ho a ya refer no say yankoti na so a ya twe na so de yehu ni say ya ka say obi nkotwe wo mo yan refer no for asontwe a na a recommendation for promotion
okay general patame bawo enti adwuma committee no aye ni nyina no say o summarize ya o ba describe adwuma ni say general
nye aya cover up adwuma aya ade a kaka wuo no a owu ye no na etan say every ensemo ano okantia aban na democracy mu eche say ye wo freedom of speech na aban so record kire say o kasa wo amamu emu a bibia timi yaw press my back wu aban timi hwehwe mu meka hwe nkire Ghana fo ya buru binom soja fo akoburu media houses akoburu nipa ehu asem bedema yentimentwe obi aso ana afa ya close media houses radio stations ebrebe edo so yehu bibibia ewo mu enti se kokoduru se emranti aso start use social media na ye bekum wo mo nso dia na chesa afa de do no ya afno tegare international community no nyina ahunu se abai we kwanya odi na mamuo no nam so no enye democracy
general enti cover up no why na cover up general
mbacha say
me say cover up no wo say adwuma ni nyina sa na wo hunu no
say no na me ka bai wo pre wo enti na ya say wo mo pe bibi kwan bi so eye say committee bi a enya aban na akọhwe kaka wuo num na wo mo abeka mu nokura say kaka wuo no na busuafo na ku no enye bibi a waye enti aban de ni ntanim enti committee no nyina no na bosie no
okay
enu ntina wo mo ko ba ya report am di bai mi bisa na ye bisa Professor Ntwidanso no ye nyina ye tie de o kan ye kaka abusuafo ebisa questions kura no ono say woman ni right say woman bisa no question hey oman be na pani ya de in a democracy now see obi antimi hold you accountable obi antimi comment on wajuma waye professor awokasa wo democracy mu no ana de to su bie mu nso ye bisa no say den ana o mo conclude say kaka wuo no enya ni social media activism na on chechire mu a o ti wo mo adwuma no ya nsoma wo mo say wo mo nkopɛ de ku kaka na enunti eno de ku kaka de prosifo ne behu
okay General Pato me bawo se uhwe adwuma committee ya finally na fe ye ja kwan no u be suggest say nke ensan so power another probably be a permission
ma asate mi hia me pa just 2 minutes enunti no Chelsea enye majuma ne se mo kopɛ ade eku kaka na enka mo terms of reference ho a den na finding of fact paragraph 10 na o kire no eba ya committee no timisi sudua people se kaka wuo no wo mo de ebetimi asi wo mo bo aka se enye ni social media adwuma na busuafo ne ku no wa so se yansuma o se ko kire de eku kaka anunti na ya kamia koye se ada se report no wo de koye na obi twire hye mu ana se wo mo ankasa na twire hye mu o eche se entiase enim anunti ba bia the whole purpose of committee no say wo be kwa cover up the eku kaka every day wa ko twire ade without basis ye bisa say twire mu a wo say protifo ene behu de eku kaka na onim say protifo na ewe de eku kaka then na wo kwa command report conclusively say de eku kaka na busuafo
okay
now we so what's our recommendation say abayin kotia compensation en koma sa busuafo na wo mu ku kaka no
all right General Ebrenity ma yenda wasena ye fancy ha che bibia ni a ye besan so atwetwe enkomo bio ye da CP General
mentome da atimia
Ora Johnson esi odun ketia General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress ena na pay no atwetwe enkomo no well na dwenche wa kira dwen e committee no adwuma wo mo aye ho onso so adwenche fabren e wo Facebook Adom TV e wo Facebook na fe Asempa 94.7 FM like page no na fe share stream no na afofro onso so wo mo enya bi enhwe Yamra Studios na fe yemehye nkomotwetwe no ase Ora Deep Sani as always adura issue yi ba ye yene no a ene tra han mo share the security implications ni ade a ene report no aba so it's a proper say yebesan so afre na fe ya share adwuma committee no wo mo aye or security analyst Rasani ne mo akwaba as always African way there otiso bibia moko yede nyame ase well me give say one committee report okay me pese ya gibre na fe ye share terms of reference are ye de ma committee no ubetimi from where you sit abie so ama ye dwuma ye de share omo say omo nkonkoye na fe ye wi a ye nhwe say when they supposed to go on fact finding and so na so omo tena se na nkofo ba be brief omo eno so ye pese ye tia se Rasa
yo mi da se the edika maminchia pressure man Welbeck mufuda Welbeck
pressure man
easy any Welbeck who disappointed Welbeck me yes I mistake no view but yeah okay yeah. So me a project officer I mean my ejuma on a number of projects and project bia wa there ye project development objectives PDO so ube assess the impact and our project no aye ejuma anye ejuma eye sa PDOs no odi be kire say project we omo achieve omo intended targets And the baseline, the framework ube use to judge them. So, for example, our project be you are supposed to take 10 people out of poverty. But at the end of the project, you succeed in giving each one private jets, but still, or more within poverty line. It means the project are failing. So the same thing with Ejura committee, or more terms of reference. And terms of reference, over use to as it were judge them. And there were 3 main points. Okay, almost see, or move public inquiry. So we take it into consideration. Inquiry into the issues surrounding Ejura, and of course the protest and And the second one is any other issue incidental, meaning say related to Basa. Then a report containing recommendations to government. My good old professor, Enchidanso, or me idea or Legon. At the same time, me my second Master of Science degree, or Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, or me idea. Obia, anytime me war issues, and I me pay understanding into some topical issues, to me consult, just recently, me share war program be honum. And me see, professor, my idea, but me know we are professor, but we don't agree on some major areas because committee report in as much as my idea generally, but there were serious issues with that report, especially who relate to terms of reference. Meet Professor Enchidanso on a number of networks, or say, and yet in the position of the committee to tell us we know who we. But from my perspective, in the position of the committee to recommend an investigation. Person use criminal for diplomacy purposes. Recommend an investigation into way no way. However, on the other hand, that really is contravenes or earlier assertion about not investigating, because committee and yet an investigative committee. To inquire. So it based on inquiry that you can forge ahead in terms of investigation.
Inquiring and fact finding. What so be here? How do we strike the balance?
Fact finding very synonymous with to inquire. But you're different from investigation. Because fact finding, any inquiry na tread the trajectory to go. So maybe based on information because you are fact finding, you are inquiring, and then say no, this issue is switching what we thought, and so there's the need for police to step in and conduct a thorough investigation into the whole thing. However, on the other hand, very interesting, and general categorically, hit the nail on the head. Almost see. But name, and I read line over and over again that they found out that Kakanewo ain't based on political activism, but rather family feud. How did they arrive by that? Because our statement who drew, and it undermines what is currently going on in court. Because in issue where our court, and still further investigation is being conducted. How did they arrive by it? On the other hand, 2 other persons swear. So the way are arriving at the fact that Kaka. And yet social media, how about 2 other persons? One or two, and with silence. And Osha reports, there's no semblance of justice. And me assure say, who are correspondence with Ejura. Speak with them and get to gauge their mood. Obia wa one word na justice. So upe to me see Wembley Stadium ube to me billions of dollars
as compensation.
Yes, but you see, and one thing, compensation doesn't solve anything. And it calms nerves, okay? But the most important issue above all, yes, our justice, no. And unfortunately, report, it doesn't give justice whatsoever, especially to other persons who were killed.
Okay. Dr. Thomas Boabin, as always, on also so say issue yaba and no akasa ewo ho on a number of times. There are points in the report, for instance, paragraph 22 of the report, and I read, the committee also finds that the situation became fluid and got out of hand because the police, one, did not work on their intelligence sharing, and two, failed to prepare for the situation on the ground. 3, over-relied on the military personnel and thereby failed to organize adequately in terms of personnel and equipment. Look, memo akwaba na meju adwenche ewo report no.
Yo, me da se ewo akwanye. Me fa akwan we so na machia ahwefo. Ene atifo nyina. Ya some senga express aka say die nanka. Me teacher die nanka ja me tim baby. Yes, but we die as a margin no be fa die omo a document no. Yes. I think say we no kire say na police for na ho no. Oma ho de no. Enu de omo betimi de agina de na ekoso no ano. Na ya hwe a ye be ye no ntem aka say osenka on say report baby osenka they should have, you know. Sabeya nka mo rely on the military. But you know the situation on the ground. How long it even took for them to get support from Mampong. And you know, a major weakness I see who say any Ejura nko. You see up north be am robbery near de. Open back unya. Ombeduru no mind do me no moko. And you know, true. Na said me kan any Ejura nko nasa kra bisi de bia. And I think say going forward no. Maybe the honor my policy for no the honor adwene.
Okay.
I will say who say we a wake up call. As a country we can't continue like this forever. Say nyina no at least ye be politics no kakra free mu me ba na jamiti me amfa. Some of no. Let me see no general amfa. You know. You be here from na ye hu say ne media for nyina na ye be ma pressure aba mpanyimfo no so a ne hu say we cannot intimate na say emma yen youth ene yen crew ene yen police enkoso a nyesa because unim o can report na the entire over rely on the military the history of Ejura. I will hold that. I know the answer. Bibia, uchuru dia problem. Utu about population census. Bibia. There is tension there. And you know, and almost on even before this. Okohona akoye research. Omeka say they don't have and they didn't have confidence in the police. And the police want to answer him. Omona omona ti ho. The way omhu omo. And the say bobo ba no. No mo hu say ade na de omuntimi. Enti no we anya say preparation be no metima yibim. Omuni hwe. E dey preparation no metima. So and it's unfortunate, but I think say we have a long way to go. And yet opposition and any government as a nation or see a tenacity near she ade we. Hwe nipa o ma hwe hwe o nkwa. Nya no nkwa o. Ya hwe be taking so many years. Ansana Ejura asan si yom them. Yes. It takes so many years because look at this tension. Yes. So how do you go and convince the youth? Dear pa na be yama youth na na BBC etu obi a obekọ police for ho. Wait man some police officers ho nyina. Which must say DC so
many
many
times.
Ayira ama omo say anya police for no ho adwenbone. E go be madwen say o man fresh ya for na man kasa de nansi. E be madwen.
Okay, but recommendation say yen transfer police commander wo ho no. Is it is it right?
Yes, I think say the course ni nyina no a. Na omunye the whole institution in here. Me cry the commander nko a. Nka mo demonstrate bibi. Ye hu say police for no niam no bi to
demonstrate dan yente na homa so ana so yemfa ne ko gina court.
Oh, ahoma so tie me ka the entire setup no. Se be yi nka bitimi omaye total overhaul. So what them tell us overhaul. Not necessarily say who yi na free ha na de ne ba ha na otena homa so.
E kwan be na total overhaul no e san be restore sa na.
Obia in fact I dey always say no na e can say I agree with many of say now I recommend this now no there should be investigation. So but me sure say any too late. So man recommend the crana so be na case of idea. The on the basis of my recommendations and my findings no. You institute criminal investigation into the case. Ebasa ibehu niam bebre which was their second terms of reference no. Say any other will be but some more need that capacity to do that sort of investigation. And you know what I think say at this moment I say nya come be so security for no be ground. I'm called ground. I'm information bebre. Probably I'm can police for nya say ground. I'm nipa me ni bia na me ensan bia. I'm to that I'm no issue so. Yes, do transfer commander na. I'm ho no NTDN. We DC, you know, which is perfect. But to be another DC I'm the argument, you know. And say DC, you know, you see.
But Dr. Boabi, look, we policy analyst.
Yeah.
How we've handled handle such situations over the years. What do you know? Emre was say policy laid down. Kwaya Faso handle some of these issues. You know, for instance, should it be said police niya bone na transfer no, and also the niya bone na go to guard room na say no aba be na juma. What is the way forward?
No, I know the ebasa tembia no nipa no lose confidence in the institution. You see, you because we have a transfer no. And I be akrabi ha.
Send e koso ya.
And you know, as a nation, and then I make say Kenya criminal investigation. No man who say, oh, commander we odi bone. On the basis of that, we are prosecuting and ask punishment. But so them can say. But until we do that, very difficult. We the engineer can argue in the church.
Yes.
So we can say, oh yeah, bone. And behavior be was once a bibu ha anya criminal. Baby to me unethical. Yeah. Unprofessional. And not criminal. And to be on the basis of that there, and you find him free ho and come before. What am I saying? And I will say it means proper investigation. Yeah, it means establish so be the bonnet there. And yet, and then 10 years ago, 20 as a country, you know, was here the DNC form. So be the bonnet, you need the bonnet, you need enough punishment. Obi we esika na wote na so we na dia so go disca no o say punishing pa no say the be ya ebe ma ne matu obi o ten chen okoye bia obesuro dia yade ye no no say no maka justice yade ye no akoma be dey be to ne yem but to do this we should have enough basis say enough investigation and say as much as differ because nipa no so ai ni di no we can say yen transfer will be into be ahoma so or you be papa o you be nua or you be kunu
will be breadwinner
ono so obo bra tisi anhwe ye ni anya proper investigation
the same way doc omo free mu omo free prime so
yes until now certain bia until na ye hear proper investigation ni establish say and ye ho kwaka mu dia And they say na bibi achire marakra che say why are they no wanye ni yi. Say de be ya yenko gina eya no. Say yen na eya.
Oh, maybe say as a policy analyst because for instance, they see what US George Floyd issue by how they dealt with it. At the end of the day, obi ehun say nipa no odi bone no, ye jaili no.
Very good.
Are we not there yet? Ye mburu ho as for mine.
Na no how they dealt with that issue, no? Would they compare her and you? They wouldn't have reacted that way if not because of the popular uprising. So the nipa here across the globe from Ghana, the issue statement. Pressure na koye no. They had no option. Menka say yen so enema hunu so. Tina make say mu nyina maka ho media. I was say timi discuss here deal we say. We are moving to a certain level. We have our MPs.
Exactly what we are doing here. Discussing.
Very good.
But may really say you see what US no. Abeye best practice. Abeye be that one man. Or so be extra. So how they reacted there no. Ebi ana ye ha no yentimi react sa.
Why?
Ye be ties. Ye be say niema. Ye be to abo. Ama ye the water cannons near the chasing. We may not be able to handle it the way they did. And until you hear clear-cut policy, maybe say clear-cut policy on how to deal with some issues.
But we get a policy.
I don't know, say more input as policy think tanks, more input.
Oh, we do. That's what we do. You know, but now make us say, something drives policy. A year drive home. Yeah, say report here, bay. Now, I'm say police officer who could diminish a unit will be at the other. Advocacy, I will see pushy. And they come more media, come other civil society groups. You're pushing him and say, no, it is about time. Say, BP as a nation, the guide. Okay. Because Ecosia, MPP or power, and this is for a blame BBR on MPP. And this is what power, MPP for blame BBR on NDC. Just say, we had discussion here. We say, you know, but we can't continue like this forever. We can't continue like this.
My member Adib so Doc Mesaba. Me say that's person o can be.
Exactly. Many identity na Ghanaians be Juni say punishment, transfer punishment. Transfer in punishment. So in essence, police no. I mean, we are getting him off the hook. Like he's not been punished because transfer keke. Okay, but we a tre adibi, your short-sightedness in dealing with problems in Ghana, and Dr. Bibi are very, very important. And you're long-sighted because what is the basis for the transfer? And you see, or you're incompetent. So your transfer, you know, or very competent.
Or could display the same incompetence in wherever.
So that's a short-sightedness. Exactly. So anka you're long-sighted, like Doc is saying, anka you're very investigative. Or your bonia, then we'll deal with him the appropriate way. When your bonia about what your mistakes be, and your serious crime, then you better train, not just him, other commanders all across the country. Because you see, policy, I mean, your policy analyst, so I stand to be corrected by Doctor, is driven by so many factors. Historical antecedents, okay? Changing trends, as and when a needed basis. But the best policy, a policy I obey me anticipate, say, Ochina, we better me for so. So, my, for example, sir, military intervention, no issue, no look, it has been pending for a very long time because police almost see always word no, you're overwhelmed. Or when you're overwhelmed, then they call in on the military, and then you're overwhelmed. How do you define overwhelmed? At what stage can you describe situation no as overwhelmed? And are overwhelming. Okay, I think say anka there was a policy no in place. A bit defining in clarity would not always involve the military, even a very simple.
Okay, but Adib, why quite security analyst say what can overwhelmed that important from where you sit.
You see, in Bible Sem you are there first situational transitioning. Okay. situation no a bet me a movie from stage to another. But me my own brief is even within the police service, there were different units, okay? And anytime we about police or more tactical units, then SWAT, special weapons and tactics. But when him say within the police, there were formed police units even more capacitated than SWAT. No training SWAT, no. The time you started formed police unit under IGP Alasan. Look. Normal training SWAT officers.
Okay, so the findings by the committee, paragraph 17, as a result of the small number of police and the lack of adequate riot control equipment and gear, the police were overwhelmed. This obviously gave room for the marauding youth to have a field day.
Good. Exactly. So police, different units, no, still the situation is getting out of hand. Then omubetumi invite SWAT. Still, omubetumi invite formed police units. Maybe Accra, maybe they have to find a way of getting them there in real time. Then the situation becomes so sticky to the extent to say it poses an existential danger to life and property. Then omubetumi invite military. But a caveat. Military they don't ask the police to move aside, then they go.
They take over.
Complement it. But Usha videos, what do you see? The police, as I said, they were bystanders, like onlookers. Military arrive, and usually situation to me graduating, depending on the circumstance. And from so far as I'm concerned, I mean Usha videos, protesters no monkita etuo. So I don't know why military they arrived there and almost first option, which should have been actually last resort straightforward engagement. Okay, so I'm thinking, say, report to some extent biased because we see police commander were transfer. How about the military commander who ordered for the soldiers to fire at the people? So what is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Okay,
and I would have expected
paragraph 15 of the report. Now we can say protesters no but the report states, as we note further that the youth in protesting on the 29th of June on the street of Ejura used offensive weapons like machetes, swords, cutlasses, clubs, sticks, and stone. We are convinced that these offensive weapons were not necessary for the voice or grievances of the youth to be heard. Eti ubekaya that's me see here. We had our reporter saying, "Say, ono de when who say protesters no obia tutu anase bibi." So for the security personnel to move in with guns, live ammunition. You
see, crowd management. There for proportional use of force. Okay, NASA force completely disproportional. Completely, you need justification for that use of force. Besides, even Ube 282, you were rubber bullets, rubber coated bullets. Unfortunately, almost use live ammunition. Okay, and interestingly, obviously, mean kind pano or see na protesters no be obi kite tuo. But another security officer came and said, "They be no be an kite tuo." So it is even in the best interest of a soldier for a police for investigation to be carried out. So at least Yabet Tumia arriving at a conclusion as to who really killed those two persons. And your protesters then we have to fish them and deal with them. And you're a soldier then we have to fish them out because we a misdemeanor or a murder. 2 Ghanaians were killed. Okay, because when in danger a best set emotion a very dangerous precedence. Once who was our uniform, it grants you some invincibility and immunity. Because my own refi, sa zongo 6 no and zongo 7 no ya Then before the media, it will mean bibia it will free. Ask yourself who has been held to account. Election period, nipa who not a single person has been held to account. And we so you see. Even though currently Ejura but people are fighting within themselves. So conflict situation and if care is not taken or China, for example, and then will be Pima so make reporting my police police or man yeshe. Next time we'll be fireman, so I make up police.
Be
good. So when we do that, we are making people lose confidence in the state's ability to protect them. So the next time, we call police. And then what even started this in the first place? Almost see kakewu, almost reporting by police. They were not being proactive. So after a burial, no, okay, let's register our displeasure. Almost block a crime. That is what.
That brings me to paragraph 22. Now, I do a drink here. How the military handled, according to the report, that the police did not work on their intelligence sharing. And no, me person kakra intelligence sharing. Kwame Nesenka Prince for no one go about sa intelligence sharing. No, there are two others.
Okay, in security studies, there are for intelligence cycle. Okay, from the need for that intelligence, no, then Ubema or logistics, any sector to mandating the intelligence. Who got that intelligence? No, it doesn't end there. There's a need for analysis. Okay, for example, Obi call bank, then you gather intelligence there of him, he's going into the bank. Okay, intelligence be bet me maybe or an armed robber, or a businessman or even or maybe he's going to save a situation. So there's the need for some breakdown of intelligence. No, it doesn't end there. Then Uber disseminating intelligence no the appropriate agencies. Okay, maybe military. For
instance,
ministries. Maybe attacking Ministry of Finance, maybe. Then you disseminate that information.
Okay, so in this case, in a Ejura situation, you know, the intelligence should have been shared
disseminated
between the police, the military, maybe the Regional Security Council or the ministry or something like that.
But me blame police completely. Before that, even intelligence, who share here, then they do their work with it. There were feedback mechanism.
Okay.
But me blame police completely. Because some military intervention way na afterthought. Even police now name. A regional minister, based on I don't know what to describe it, the political clout decides that or see on your information from Obi. Your information a official intelligence source, a soldier, a police, and a party foot soldier. There's the need for an analysis. Unfortunately, when Yeshua with recourse to the Regional Security Council and the security setup on the ground, immediately soldiers almost intervening. So he even started all this in the first place. And me sure say police for no, just that they cannot say it. But almost they were taken aback because they were not expecting the military to intervene.
Okay. Adom, ma yen try home run afi ye ba you go so ye Unpacking the Ejura committee report no here on Adom TV and Asempa 94.7 FM. Bidin the Chief Jerry Force in here ba.